The number of women in prison is skyrocketing. It's a global crisis that demands our attention. More and more women are finding themselves behind bars. This surge in incarceration has devastating consequences for women, families, and communities worldwide. We need to understand why this is happening and what we can do to stop it. For decades, the focus of criminal justice reform has been on men. The sharp rise in women's incarceration forces us to confront the unique ways the system fails women. We must recognize the systemic issues that drive women into the criminal justice system in the first place. This isn't just about numbers, it's about real lives. It's about mothers separated from their children, daughters lost in a system that wasn't designed for them. It's about the human cost of neglecting the needs of women in our society. The time for action is now. We need to shine a light on this crisis and work towards a future where fewer women face the harsh realities of prison. The statistics paint a stark picture. The global female prison population has increased dramatically in recent decades. According to the Institute for Criminal Policy Research, over 740,000 women and girls are held in penal institutions worldwide. The United States has the highest number of incarcerated women globally, with over 200,000 women behind bars. China and Russia follow closely behind, rounding out the top 3 countries with the largest female prison populations. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent individual lives impacted by incarceration. Each number tells a story of a woman separated from her family, her community, and her freedom. The United States, often touted as the land of the free, holds the grim distinction of having the highest incarceration rate in the world. This reality is even more pronounced for women of color, who are disproportionately represented in the criminal justice system. Factors like the war on drugs, mandatory minimum sentencing laws, and a lack of access to adequate legal representation have contributed to the mass incarceration of women in the U.S. Many women in U.S. prisons are serving time for nonviolent offenses, often drug-related. The impact of this mass incarceration extends far beyond prison walls. It has devastating consequences for families, communities, and particularly children with incarcerated mothers. The shadow of drug policies, Thailand's struggle. Thailand serves as a stark example of how drug policies can disproportionately impact women. The country has some of the strictest drug laws in the world, with severe penalties even for minor offenses. Many women in Thai prisons are incarcerated for drug-related crimes, often acting as couriers or low-level dealers. These women are often driven to such activities by poverty, lack of opportunity, and societal pressures. Thailand's harsh drug laws have done little to curb drug use but have filled prisons with women, many of whom are mothers or primary caregivers. This has had a devastating impact on families and communities across the country. Beyond the bars, the ripple effect. The impact of women's incarceration extends far beyond the individual woman. It creates a ripple effect, impacting families, communities, and future generations. Children with incarcerated mothers are more likely to experience poverty, instability, and emotional trauma. They often face stigma and discrimination, impacting their education, social development, and future opportunities. Communities also suffer when women are incarcerated. Women play vital roles in their communities, and their absence can lead to economic hardship, social breakdown, and increased crime rates. Life after prison, a difficult road. For women who have served their time, re-entering society is often fraught with challenges. The stigma of a criminal record can make it difficult to secure employment, housing, and education. Many women leaving prison face a lack of support services, including access to mental health care, substance abuse treatment, and job training programs. This lack of support increases the risk of recidivism, leading women back into the criminal justice system. We need to do more to support women re-entering society after incarceration. This includes providing access to resources and opportunities that empower them to rebuild their lives and contribute positively to their communities.